Hey guys, welcome back to the series I'm Turning 30. My name is Mitch, and this is a series where I talk about my life, whether that's things that have happened in the past, things that are happening in present, things that'll happen in the future, or even a mixture of all three. And as you can see today, I'm going to talk about loneliness. The reason I wanted to talk about this is because in some of my recent videos, I've talked about how I'm very lucky to have certain people in my life, how I've always been able to make friends no matter where I go. And it got me thinking while I was making those videos, like, even though I have all those things and I don't have those experiences with death, and I am able to have just great friends around me, there's so many times in my life where I feel lonely. So I've been trying to figure out why I feel this loneliness. I mean, if you look at like the obvious gaps and that I've talked about in a few videos on this channel, I mean, there's definitely like the relationship loneliness, like not having been in like a serious relationship, especially all throughout my 20s, not having like really anything super serious even once, has been, I think, definitely like a big cause of that. And that specific issue is something that like I've talked about in like therapy, and like why am I unable to kind of find someone when I'm not like, out there just like grinding trying to find somebody every single day. Like I'm not being necessarily passive about it every single day, and I definitely have like times of the year and throughout the years that I've definitely like really tried and I've gone on dates, but it's just like can never seem to like close that gap. So not experiencing that has definitely like left that part of my life feeling rather lonely and kind of like unfulfilled. And I'm not like super upset at being alone, but like it is sometimes weird, like coming alone to like especially living on your own when you don't have like roommates or anything like that too, and it's just like you walk in, it's just you, and if nobody bothers me or if I didn't have to go to work, I'd probably just be here unless I went out to eat or had like a hobby to do outside. But aside from that obvious like relationship like loneliness, and again, you don't need anybody to like completely and not be lonely, like, and there are definitely people that are lonely that are in relationships, and I definitely think while I am missing that, even if I got into a relationship, I would still have these feelings, but I think it would be like it would be more concentrated. I think that adds to it, not having someone and never having had that experience. But I think the problem is more concentrated, and that I could be one of those people that feels lonely in a relationship. It's hard to say because I've never had that experience, like I said, and for the past couple of years, 2 or 3 or 4 years, I've been living by myself, and I've lived with roommates, a large amount of roommates. I've moved a lot, and I've always had just like this feeling, especially a lot of the times when you're just kind of like alone with your thoughts. And when you have these thoughts in your head, sometimes ideas come to mind. And an idea that came to mind for me was making this series. So loneliness played a big part in me deciding to make this series. And I don't want you to think that like I made this series for the sole purpose of I was lonely, but it was definitely a factor. Like trying to think of how I can connect with people that I'm close to, let them know more about me, have a record, and just like be able to openly share myself and like connect with someone and have people better understand me, because I feel like that's where the root of the loneliness is just like wanting to be understood better. And yeah, that was one of the main factors for creating this, because even if I had somebody's physical presence here with me in the apartment, whether that was friends, a cat, or a significant other, you could still have that loneliness. I feel like, from what I understand about myself, it's just a feeling of wanting to be better understood by people, and it doesn't matter how many people see it. The fact that it's out there and I've said it and people can see it for themselves, it like just like helps me, I think, to process and like as I'm talking about it, understand throughout all the topics that I've covered in this series. It's just helped me feel a little bit less lonely. I don't know if that's necessarily something that will ever go away for me. I will try my best because it's not exactly like a good feeling. But, it pushes you to try new things. So maybe I don't want to get rid of it completely. I wouldn't have probably started this series if I didn't feel that in some capacity. And I've learned a whole lot from doing this series. And now the series is coming to an end. And while I won't be able to have this outlet essentially every single week, I have the ability to still make videos and try to figure out a better way or a new way to kind of deliver content to people. And if you've missed it in my other videos, I have been posting videos to the internet since 2008, so I don't see myself stopping making content. I've made content and not a lot of people have seen it my entire life. And so because I've been creating content for so long, I see myself doing it in the future. Again, schedule-wise, it won't be every single week, but this has been nice to kind of, again, just talk about myself, help people understand me, and again, getting messages about the series, about certain topics, has really helped me feel like I've helped people kind of think about different topics and learn about me and what I think about things, and that has made me feel less lonely. And I think just having the series in itself on YouTube as like memorialized, unless it gets taken down or something happens to YouTube, like just it being there, me knowing that it's on the internet for people to see, will help me feel better just in daily life. Who knows? Maybe I said something that'll get me canceled and I'll show up in some compilations of some other YouTubers saying some stuff and saying that they found this weird small guy that uploaded videos, and I'll show up in some reaction content, and I don't know. But thank you guys for watching this series as it's happened and understanding, sending the messages, giving me ideas, trying to kind of figure out how to really do all parts of the editing process. And while I have been uploading that content since 2008, I never really did a whole lot of the post-production stuff. I either had a friend do it, had a family member do it, or just didn't do any post-production stuff at all. And so doing this series has also helped me gain a slightly new skill set. While I'm not like master editor or anything like that, I do think that I have like a type of editing style, and I have a way of injecting some type of humor into the videos that I've made in the past year, even if it's just me talking to you guys like this. And so I look forward to making more content, being understood by people, hopefully making some content that makes people laugh, make their day better, and overall just making the world a less lonely place for people, myself included. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. As for next week's video, it will not be uploaded at the normal Tuesday time for the final video of this series. I'm going to try to do something a little bit different for the final video. It will not be uploaded on the Tuesday. I decided that it would be better if I uploaded it exactly on my birthday. So it'll be a couple of days later than normal, and I'm going to try to do a slightly different concept for the video. So check that out next week. So I'm going to upload the video on April 4th. It'll be April 4th in the US time, I believe. It'll be April 5th here, so just look for it around April 4th, April 5th. It should be up around then when I am actually 30. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I really appreciate your guys' support. It's it's been a wild... It's wild that it's been a year. I've said that for the past few videos. Like, I know I've said that a lot in the videos, that the time has gone by so quickly, but it is crazy how fast the year went, like, doing these videos, and it's weird that I'm, like, not going to do it, and this is, like, an idea that I had, like, so long ago, and that it's already over. I'll see you guys in a future series, future videos, future content that I post. Thanks so much, guys. Peace.